Okay, like always, we started with sketching. As you can see, we identified those values which was different to start with. Yeah, so we try to put them in visualizing that kind of object. That was kind of our attempt, and that was really kind of good starting point. Yeah, but soon we realized that there's nothing really Lambert about this. So yeah, then we had a kind of meeting with students, and they gave us some kind of ideas, kind of keywords like smooth curves, rigidity. That kind of gave us kind of narrowed down our ideas. They also gave us they want something more symbolic, like more abstract. So that was kind of solutions for what we were facing at that time. And yes, we came up with two ideas, and then they thought the right side would be the left, sorry, would be the fixed line for the done line there. So we decided to go for that one. And we also had 3D logos, which
basically we did, hi, my name is DJ. We need some 3D logos to see how they work in actual space, so that in case they want to actually make the 3D, the logo for real, in the real world, we will be able to get some certain, evidence to see how everything's going to fit together.
So, for example, on the side of the building, on signage, on notices, it would work in geometric form. And this is how we originally, with our original colour palette for this logo, that's how we modelled it with a glass texture. That was our previous version of this same logo, which we've developed since then. And that is our final logo.
Okay, as you can see, the main element of this logo is the Lambert, which is shown in its negative space. By doing this, we try and achieve trying to deliver audience a sense of to give them kind of different way of seeing college, to make it stands out from different colleges. And yeah, the idea seems to be okay with all the values we had, but only problem was its legibility, because when there's a negative space, we need somehow identify the space so that we can actually read. So we came up with kind of some graphic element, classes, which also means something else, which here it means growth of yourself. As you can see, it's kind of expanded. And it's got colors as well, so you can see kind of sense of expand. Yeah, I'm going to show everything around so you can see this.
So when it came to the advertising, we decided that basically we wanted to get you away from standard college advertising, which seems to involve an abnormal amount of students who have results sort of basically going like that. I don't really know why, because I went to college and I don't remember any students doing that when they got their results. But there's also, so we wanted to get away from those images of students sitting in classrooms laughing at the boards, though I don't know why again. So we thought if we just gave you sort of the motto, just one element, which was try to make people smile. If you can do that, the amount of adverts, if you walk outside and you walk down the street, you'll see 30 adverts before you've reached the tube station. And you won't really have paid attention to any single one of them. But like when you meet a person, if you can make them smile, if you can make them laugh, if you can get through that sort of first line, then you can very easily get their attention. So we thought we were going to do a sort of traditional looking ad, but then after we spoke to you, you announced that you didn't really want photographs or too much text, which didn't leave us with much. So I thought if we made an almost modern sort of constructivist style, this modern idea of just taking lots of elements and throwing them on a page and adding in modern things like these particles we've got going on over here, then it might just grab your attention as you walk past. But this was the main thing, try to make people smile, because we wanted everything to centre around that. Because we sort of view it that if you take away that concept, if you don't have this motto, then what you end up with isn't really an advert for the college, it isn't saying anything about the college, it's just a very pretty poster to put on the wall. So that was the main thing to do with that. And this was
I think we can skip this and just show it directly in the brandbook because there's no confusion otherwise. Anyway, we just tried to get some kind of, to put some kind of mood board together in order to give the feeling we want to convey, just to give the idea more clearly and more visually than just words. So yeah, as for the advertising, we didn't produce anything which was the final product. We concentrated more on concepts, on how to render, how to use things and guidelines as we did for the logo and stuff. We didn't just produce things. We tried to give some kind of rule to be applied to the whole college approach, and then obviously anyone can do that with the brandbook in designs. So this is just brainstorming, I think. Oh yeah. So I guess yeah, this is the end. So basically, we're actually the brand book now, which is what contains all the guidelines and some more visuals and typography as well, which wasn't here. And I think we're just gonna do the presentation now before the brand book is saying. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Full screen.
Yeah. What is it in French?
What is full screen? No, that's not. It's flash here. Can you do that?
Press control and stuff.
Do you speak French, Pierre?
It's alright, you can play now.
No, yeah, it's just to give you a whole kind of view. So, obviously, the shape of the brand book was comes obviously from the logo. So, half is basically the first device that you see on the left of the logo. This hasn't been printed yet, but because we thought there was no point, since we're going to have a presentation and we're not going to be able to pass it around now. And we also thought that this was a good way to approach also the prospectus, which we didn't design, but we decided that the brand book is basically going to be a model for the prospectus, both for typography, for colors, color palettes and everything, and shape as well. So I'm just going to show you. Oh yeah, also another big part of the job was the copywriting, which we hadn't mentioned yet, which was Fraser's job. So everything is written in the brand book, has the tone of voice that Lambert College is supposed to have and use. So if you, well, you can read it from here, but if you just flick through it, you get an idea of the whole feeling anyway. So these are all the technical parts of the logos. And usage. typography. Yeah, so this is the visuals part I was telling you about before. So I'm just going to pick very quickly. Yeah, so this again is the copywriting bit as well. Color palette presented in that way. And for everything we decided to do and every decision we made, there is an explanation, there is the reason why in the brand book. So if you actually read, you understand probably better why we made particular choices. So yeah, this is a quick view of the brand book, which is the actual final product, and now it's most of the people experience. Or if you have any questions.
Anyone, anything?
Alex, can you please talk to us about your experience and about the problems you faced briefly?
Yeah, I mean, we, especially as kind of 3D designers, we kind of faced a lot of problems with this. Because it's a branding brief, we were kind of very unclear on how we could contribute, and we were trying to find ways in which we could put our mark on this project. And also, with things like the avatars and scrapping those ideas, it was a big kind of setback for us, because it put a lot of work into them at that point. But it was a good experience overall to do this, to work with multifunctional teams, to work with graphic designers, to experience what they do, to work with yourself, to work with the clients, to kind of understand and interpret what you want from us. And that's been the biggest experience of this whole project for me personally. Does anyone else?
Sort of the idea of working in groups like this. I mean, we've worked in groups before, obviously in university, but we've never really worked in a group A, this large, and B, with people with such diverse sort of ideas. Because you've got all these many ideas coming from you guys and from obviously our own ideas. It's the finding the middle ground that keeps everyone happy that's the difficult part to me. The idea of all of us working together and then all trying to communicate, and then trying to communicate with you, and making sure that we come up with something that everyone is hopefully more than satisfied with, hopefully everyone happy with. That was the difficult thing to me. And yeah, that was it. That was the only difficult thing. Questions? Comments? Dances?